learned to an election. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it down, we gon' get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your Watchlist coming into August 25th, 2020, and the Dow just reshuffled. This kind of came out of nowhere, but we could all blame Apple. But 3 companies have been kicked out of the Dow, and 3 companies have been added. The ones that have been added: CRM, SalesForce, Amgen, AMGN, and Honeywell, HON. The ones that got kicked out: Exxon Mobile, you've heard of them. Raytheon, you've heard of them. And Pfizer, we were talking about them today, but this has to do with what happened with the Apple stock split, what it's going to do for the average. Does this mean that the Dow Jones is going to go down? No, they've done this very, very strategically and specifically. It's going to have some implications, and it's kind of even giving me some tin. So we have a lot to talk about. There's after hours moves. This is going to create movements. We already saw kind of a crazy day today. We already closed at more all-time highs. So it's very exciting because we got Powell on Thursday too. So I got the keys. I got the plays. I probably have like 5 different plays. A lot of the plays we made today. And then overall talking about what this reshuffling means and what it could do. So let us not delay. You guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's the first link in the description and it's pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning. It's free $99. It costs you nothing to join. YouTube.com/the-stock market. You can post the plays, see the plays, watch the watch list come to life. And yes, if you want to see some dude answer your question using a real live Robinhood account to show you how to like open and close spreads and like just do like live educational examples while making bank, it was only like $20. Okay, but then you should probably be there, and hopefully we see you there. And the most important thing you need to do: post or watch this below. Let us know what you're looking at. Get any plays, comments, remixes, anything. Post them below and source that info. But right off the bat, I'm really hyped. I apologize, but this Dow reshuffling. Now this is interesting because last time this happened was around June 2018. They kicked out General Electric from the Dow. But now this is a very interesting scenario. The result and even how they're doing it, I believe by midnight today, and then August 28th, and then pretty much coming into the end of the month leading into September, that's when the changes are happening. But what they're doing, it is going to statistically leave everything unchanged, or pretty much the value on the Dow will not get disrupted. This isn't going to cause a big move. Again, they're saying they're doing this as a direct result of Apple because Apple is going to be waiting with the Dow and everything else, but their 5-to-1 split is going to change things. Nonetheless, though, they said this, and this is what's happened in the past with some of these reshuffling. So one of the main objectives that they're trying to accomplish when they kick a company out and add some is to let the Dow Jones be a reflection of the overall kind of market health. So they're trying to have it reflect the economy and what's kind of happening out there and adjust accordingly. You know, a little fun fact, pretty much in June when they kicked out General Electric, GE was the last original company from when the Dow Jones began in like 1896 or something like that. So they've constantly been adding and removing companies. Again, there's not too many. It's like 33 or so, give or take a few. But the idea is it should show an overall idea of what's happening. So they said they did this because of what happened with Apple in the split, but also to kind of reflect the economy a little bit more. Again, they're adding SalesForce, Amgen instead of Pfizer. Maybe Amgen is going to be the one with the vaccine. I don't know. But the idea is it is supposed to reflect what's happening in the health of the market and economy better. So that is going to be big, but now this is causing a price balancing. I mean, just think about the effect of Apple. Apple does this split, and now it's leading to companies getting added in or removed from the Dow. Most of the companies that got added are up anywhere from like 3 to 5% after hours. Literally, there you go. You see CRM holding up, and then the ones that got removed dropped anywhere from like 2 to 5%. So there's going to be pricing and moving and a lot of movement tomorrow and probably throughout the next few weeks. And again, the procedure that they're doing to figure out the actual weighting, it might cause some movements, but we will see. However, now it's kind of leading to a tin, but I think this is going to be big at least towards the end of the month, beginning of the month. Again, kind of when the GE thing happened, nothing really happened till a few months later, but pretty much this is interesting. You know, I said it the first time when Apple announced the split, I was like, that's pretty genius. Then I had the realization that Powell knew they were going to do it. But then Tesla, again, it's smart to protect market cap, but now this is leading to different movements and stuff like that. The rebalancing, I think it's going to be very interesting. So I hope you guys are ready for that. But as far as everything else, the vaccine did in fact give us a boost today, but now kind of on the heels of this news with everything, it seemed more so like this was Apple. Again, you saw Apple do pretty good today. And even from the rest of this week, again, I think Apple was able to drive the market up, all of tech, and then there was just kind of more positive momentum coming off of the vaccine. But this vaccine, it had a mini move, but again, this was not a vaccine, but a treatment, so it was a little different, but we saw a similar sell the rip type thing, but there was other factors contributing it. And again, you could even see it visually because it looks like Apple really kind of went down all day, but they gapped up, sold off. Even here, this is them closing up 1.5%. And remember, this is the biggest company in the world, so that's pretty large. So they definitely contributed to this. And again, like I'm saying, just putting this in full circle with, you're starting to see this behemoth move affect stuff. Again, this reshuffling, very, very surprising. But if anything, Thursday is going to be hype, my friends. You are going to get Mr. Powell. I would check real estate, lumber tomorrow, but everything should be chill until the whole 2020, baby. Jackson Hole with Powell. So we're going to hear from Powell on Thursday. And again, I even think some of the movement today, even some of the plays I'll be looking at, it's coming on the lead of Powell now with kind of the market getting ready and then tying this all in until really summer is over and we see everything start to kick back in again. But that is pretty much it. So I hope you guys are ready, but let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, we did a lot of plays. So I'll go over both of them. I did Ulta. I did it both ways. I spent about $50 both ways. We'll go over that. The idea is I think Ulta could move, but I don't want to get caught overpaying and I don't want to have too little of time. So my play was still about 2.5, 3 standard deviations outside of the money. I'll go over it, but the general concept, I think they're going to be a mover. I'm only putting $150 for both ways, so I'm not too confident on gambling on it or putting, I'm not too certain on what's going to happen. The idea is use the premiums to our advantage and get something with time and knowing the plays with earnings and what could happen. So Ulta is one of those big movers. I like them. Next is NVIDIA. I did another one on this one. We will go over this play when we get there, but pretty much if you're crazy and want to try to wrangle a pony, you're going to see how I'm playing this play. That's kind of what I'm doing. However, keyword is wrangle. I'm currently getting kicked in the face repeatedly. We bought it last week. I'm playing the earnings continuation. We bought them. They dropped 70%, came back up, dropped another 50%. But again, I played it last week, got them playing for this week. So now this week I made a play on them today and I made sure they covered next week. But again, same thing happened. I bought them. They went up for a little, dropped 50%. I like the prospect. I like when the contracts inflate and deflate like that. It means there's a lot of uncertainty. But again, control the balance and budget. If we're wrong on it, you will get clapped. Then finally, I flipped the coin. It wouldn't let me go any bigger on it. But remember, I already have 200 calls on January for Gap. And we own 1,000 shares. I was looking at VFC, but this is a rumor. I think it's like seeking alpha, if anything. But what's happening is that they're saying that the Gap CEO was caught at the VFC office. So people are saying merger talks. Oh, no, it was Benzinga. That's where the news dropped from. So it was a rumor. Again, it's based off of somebody going in and out of an office. Both stocks went up. I like them. I wanted to play more. Coin said no, and this was just, even then, it made sense. Risk management. I already have a lot of exposure to it. So I saw it. It was going up. I don't need to get too greedy. I'm still in it, but we're watching that. Finally, out of those plays, I'm going to play all of the other Dow reshufflings, the one that got added and removed puts and calls, but I'm going to like CRM and Amgen. I just want to see how they move, and if there's opportunity to snag some premium off of that cheap premium trick we've been using after earnings, I will use that. And then finally, this is the main play I'm going to kind of want to set up. I think it's going to be mainly an IV play, so we'll have to see, but banks for Powell. I don't know what's going to happen. So that's the part. Again, it could be a strangle, maybe just calls, but I think maybe IV coming into Powell's speech may make him move. Banks moved a little bit, so I'm going to keep it on. Again, I'm not fully sold on this play, but there's kind of a new logic in setting up for this Thursday. That is what I'm going to be on. So those all are the main play concepts and ideas coming into tomorrow. Now let me bring you to the specific plays that we made. Again, first play in the morning, I got it within 4 minutes. That's playing and trying to get that premium cheap in the morning. The video was doing good. You could see here, imagine what I was doing. I'm buying into the red, so it's not like I knew this would have happened here. So it was coming down. This contract had a pretty higher price up here, so I was like, all right, let me get these. Has a little bit more of time next week. I did 5 contracts. the 650s at 70 cents. We bought them. They ended up closing around 47 cents a pop. So a little bit under 50% by the end of the day. But usually if we caught them on those first couple red candles and then this did that move on the opposite, we would have been happy, but it didn't. So going to be watching that again. Watch the premium. I'm probably going to double dip, but I'm going to give myself some time because I just bought those. Next was the Pfizer. Now, we were talking about some of those drug plays like AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. So there was news. Again, it was a co-editor, a Fox Business co-editor, and then Mr. Hitz was saying there were some rumors going around that Pfizer may have some level of vaccine. So I like the idea. I like the concept. These were cheap, had a lot of time, so I put an order in for 50, but I think I only got filled on 43 or 42. So I got 42, about $500 of the 60 calls for January at 12 cents each, 500 total. That was the second play. Again, got that an hour after market. And then finally, here's that Ulta play. I did September. So again, has about a month of time. 155 put for 75 cents, and then a 300 call for 51, about 120, 130 both ways. Ulta is pricing in, I believe, a $20, $21 move for earnings just after the week. So this is like a $60 move both ways. So it's not quite there. Your three standard deviations are just really, really far out. But the idea was spend a little bit amount of money. I have time again. We've talked about Ulta and kind of how it's looking. This is their 100-day, but again, this is them on the year. They're looking a little bit jumpy, so that's why I kind of like it. Time, further out the money. Didn't have to spend too much. We'll see what happens. Kind of just getting my hand on the cookie jar, but not really trying to force a direction or force an outcome or betting on it too heavily. So those are the final plays. Again, as far as everything else, I am going to be watching all of these Dow components things. Again, it's going to probably drive it up a lot, or it could be an opportunity with the premium. Maybe we even sell some premium. We did a live example of that too. So we also got the random play. I grabbed the FedEx. That was a random play generator. But then I did this play. I didn't do it on the stream alerts, or we didn't really. This was an educational play. I just wanted, somebody asked, how do I open a credit spread or close one? So I said, here, let me open one for you to show you how it closed. So we'll watch this, but some of you guys got intrigued by it, so we'll cover this a little bit more. But depending on some of the premiums of those stocks tomorrow, if people are expecting a lot and it's like a sell the rip on some of these Dow components, selling premium might be a pretty decent strategy. So watch out for those. I'm going to be watching JP Morgan as well. Again, that's kind of the bank stocks, and they move a little bit better, or Bank of America could be a good one. Starbucks moved good today. I said remind me about them in the morning. We missed them. We're even past ex-dividend. If they were not ex-dividend or we had time, I would have considered that from the long term. Otherwise, now I got to put them on a 2-month clock. But watch all those. Watch Tesla, again, in the name of this split, and you're seeing what's happening with Apple. I'd watch out for these residual effects. I think it's very interesting. Again, VFC, they're the one related to Gap. We saw them at 3%. I didn't get those, but they're going to move. We'll see how that plays out. We're riding that. XOM, they got removed from the Dow. Again, all of these companies are just clobbered after hours. RTX, all that. Then finally, I'd watch Boeing. They had a crazy move, and again, their relationship to the Dow Jones might contribute to something else, so I'm going to watch that. But finally, you could watch GLD, TLT, all that, but GLD, SLV, it wasn't too big of a move. I'm waiting for premiums to get cheaper, but UUP, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. But what I want you to watch is this range pretty much above 25.50. So if it starts popping up above there, that will be important. But if it starts moving, slowing down, that is going to be the key to see if we kind of do another one of these base for a few months before selling off. But if you start to see it kind of change directions, watch out for that. But doesn't really give us a trigger for anything just yet, so stay focused, get ready. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. You wear the armor if you're ready to fight, baby. Where my warriors at? It's game time. I need you focused. Your angels will be focused. Your mind's focused. Your balance is budgeted. The budget is balanced. The cash is there. Let's go. But the code loves you. I love you. I will see you in the morning. Let's go.